Hello there, it's Cata with another language points. Today I bring prediction and probability because as long as our tasks in the workplace involve project planning, some sort of management, market analysis, forecasting, risk assessment, or decision making, we are going to make predictions. We're going to refer to the probability of certain outcomes. So I believe we'd better be prepared. I bring some verbal phrases at first, such as the use of modal verbs to express prediction and probability. Modal verbs can express different degrees of prediction and probability. For example, a modal verb like will express 100% certainty. They will be there by now, or they won't have any trouble finding our office. They've been here many times. Now, lowering a little bit the percentage of probability, we find with an 80% must and can't in its negative form, mind you. They must have arrived by now. They can't have arrived yet. Now, if you're talking about a 60%, if we are a 60% certain, we can use should. They should have arrived by now. Now, may or could convey a 40% of certainty. They may have arrived by now, or they could have arrived by now. And last, with a 20%, might. They might have arrived by now, but I don't know by this point. So that's our first structure or tool when it comes to referring to prediction and probability in general. We also can count on conditional statements in which one situation depends on another. If we use solar power, we'll probably save money. If you tried harder, you would be able to do it. The first one conveys more certainty, the second one is more hypothetical, but both equally useful depending on the context. And last, when it comes to verbal structures, I bring the tenses future perfect and future continuous. Future continuous will be the first example in which I have the verb to be and the verb in the ing form. By 2050, businessmen will be taking orders from the moon. Maybe. And by 3000, scientists will have discovered how to transmit objects by electric means. So, what the continuous implies is that this situation will be ongoing in the future. And the future perfect conveys that by this time arrives, which is a future one, this situation will be completed. But even this situation is in a future context from my perspective now. That's why it is future perfect. Let's take a look at other resources, those of phrases. When it comes to expressing likelihood, probability, we have some expressions such as about to or going to. He's tapping his glass. I think he's about to or he's going to make a speech. She's about to be late. She always is. These show a strong sense of likelihood, in my opinion. Some lexical phrases like certain and probable. There is certain to be more changes in the world's weather systems over the next few decades. It's quite probable that an economic upturn will start next year. Other phrases like this include maybe, unlikely, and impossible. Now, some typical time phrases to talk about the future include in my lifetime, we will see China becoming a dominant world power. Before long, the company will decide to merge with a bigger company. In the near future, everybody will be using mind power. These are all referring to the future, but the rather near future. So it's a prediction, well, it's a prediction. Other phrases like these include in the next X years, over the next decade, by this time next year, by the end of this century, sometime in the next decade, or sometime in the next century. So, a little recap to refresh all these information. We spoke about modals and how they help us convey different degrees of probability. We spoke of conditional sentences in which a situation depends on another. We spoke of two tenses that refer to the future. And we introduced some phrases that help us convey prediction and probability. So, as usual, practice always makes perfect. So, make sure to follow the link on the description to do two more activities on today's topic. And if you like videos like this, make sure to subscribe and stay around because we upload new ones every week. Now, thank you so much. See you around.